Alright, so I'm back at the shed with the 3rd gen today. If you saw my last drift video, you know the day ended with a bit of a crash, so I'm going to start fixing that. I also found at Repco, they had tie rods on special for 3rd gen, so I bought all of them. They also had brake pads and stuff. They were like $7 each, which is pretty rad, so I put some new tie rods in it. At the drift day, my handbrake sort of stopped working on one side, and I'm pretty sure the pad is metal on metal, and I've never actually changed discs since I've owned this car, so I'll put some new pads and discs and stuff on it. The main thing I want to do today is fix this damage and try and stop it rubbing on the wheel arch. There's a dent down here that I'll have to push out, which hopefully I'll be able to push out from the inside, but the main bit is going to be getting this inner wheel liner, which is still the original steel one, out and get the guard out from underneath the lip. Like normally the guard's glued on here, now it's gone underneath it, so we'll see what we can come up with as far as the repair goes. So before I do anything, I'm just going to see if I can pop the guard out from behind the lip. Seems to have popped out pretty easy. Hopefully it doesn't. I think as the guard's been stuck like that for like a couple of weeks now, it might just be a bit permanently misshapen, which is a bit disappointing. I was hoping these guards would be a bit more resistant to getting knocked out of shape like that. I think part of the problem is I've also got the foam in here, and the foam is broken, so the foam's sort of holding it out of shape. Well, we'll see what it looks like once we pull this out. I'll jack it up, take the wheel off, and have a look what the damage in here looks like. You can see the guard. The one lap that I did do with the bent guard, it's chewed into the tyre pretty good, but looks like this tyre should still be good to drive on, I think. So now that I can see inside the wheel arch, it's kind of hard to tell. This is very like pushed over, so probably hit it with the slide hammer to start off with and see how far this way we can get it to pull. On second thought, I've decided it's going to be easier to try and take the whole guard off. Now this is still the first pair of carbon fiber guards that I made, and I've never actually tried to take them off before, but they're just glued on, so I'm hoping I can just sort of work my way around and break the glue loose and they'll come off, maybe. I forgot I actually have these plastic wedges. They're just like plastic with sharpened edge, and I made them to remove things from molds. I think it should probably be pretty good at getting this stuff off without damaging the carbon fiber too much as well. We'll see how they work. There we go. I've got to say, this is more bent than I was expecting it to be. The carbon fiber took the hit a lot better. Like, it doesn't look that bad because the carbon sort of absorbed it, but it's more bent than I thought. So you can see, hopefully at least, it's scraped up here. This, go on camera, expose the picture properly. This is like super all completely squashed in. And the guard's a bit out of shape, but it's definitely good enough that I'm going to chuck it back on anyway. Where this fold here is, this lip should actually be in underneath there, so you can see here the lip folds around. That's actually the inner lip of the guard that's been pulled out, and when it's hit on the carbon fiber here, it's pulled this up so hard that it's actually pulled this lip out from underneath and around. So that's just like tension in the glue pulling that, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to push this down, try and get that lip back around, and then yeah, I gotta unfold all this in here. So this is probably a good job to put on the chassis liner and just pull it, but I might try the slide hammer first because I'm a bit too lazy to put it on the aligner at the moment. And it's this is actually the C pillar, so normally people just call this bit the pillar, but this is, you can actually see the pillar where it continues down inside the car, and this piece in here is the actual B pillar. So the B pillar looks okay, C pillar's got a bit of a dent in it, but I think that'll be alright anyway. So We'll start trying to fold this lip over and see if it pulls out at all. Ow! Got my own finger. So after 10 minutes of bashing it with the hammer, this bit is no longer a folded in section, it's now a wheel arch dome again. You can see this section here where the inner guard was hanging out, it's gone back in. It's like this edge will be right to I'll just fold it back over and roll the guard with the jack pole again, whatever, and that'll be right. Still got to pull this out a little bit, but I think that should be good. There's a pretty good crease up here, but I can't really get the hammer up there to hit that crease very well because it's getting pretty tight in here. And I'm also being kind of careful because I don't want to like snap the bleed nipple off the caliper by hitting it with the hammer by accident. So if I pulled all the rear suspension out, I'll be able to get a better swing at it. But for now, I think that'll be good enough. I was a bit disappointed with how folded my guard still was when I took it off because I thought it should take hits better than that. Now that I've seen how far it actually squashed in underneath, the guard's held up really well. Considering, one thing I have noticed is this fold has stayed here, and it's because the this raised section on the inside is a piece of foam, and it's creased the piece of foam, and that's holding the guard out of shape. So the foam added a lot of rigidity to it, but I think for the next time I make these, I'm gonna ditch the foam, and it should be able to take hits a bit better. I think it'll still be stiff enough, but yeah, that'll be a change I'll make for version 2. I'm gonna try and fold it a bit flat again, and probably I should really put some sheets of like carbon and epoxy on the back to repair the tears. I think I'm just going to put some tape on it, and it'll be right for now. Yeah, it's actually like separated from the foam. Like I can see the Kevlar and stuff isn't actually stuck to the foam anymore. So yeah, next time I think I'll leave the foam on the bench, because yeah, it seems to have made it worse rather than better. At some point I should probably take this side skirt off and put some fiberglass back on it as well. Well, now that that lip's beaten back over, I think that's probably as much as I need to do in here. It should all clear the wheel and stuff now. Because this has like got its original shape back, once I glue the guard on, it should hold the it'll hold the guard, like once the guard's glued on, it'll hold it flat again. Most of the creases disappeared. There you go. Unfortunately, I'm not actually going to be able to glue it back on in this video because I don't have any of the glue left. The glue I used was just like a polyurethane construction adhesive. I didn't use full-on panel glue because it would be too hard to get off again, whereas this I could sort of break it off. So you can still see there's a few wrinkles in it, but once it's glued on, it should hold shape pretty well. But yeah, I reckon that's pretty much fixed and should be ready to go again. I'm going to chuck the car up on the hoist now. Well, first I have to drag the other half of the hoist from there back over to its bolts, and then I'll put the car up, and yeah, I've got to change rear discs and rear pads. It looks funny now having the boot lid and the tail light, but then no guard. You don't normally see cars with no rear guards. You see them without front guards. You don't really see them without rear guards. I just noticed that my skid marks match up exactly with the burnout that was there from the American car dude.
I don't know you.
Yeah, I reckon that pad's probably done. That pad It's pretty close behind it. Yeah, the disc is pretty messed up from having the metal on metal pad on it. So lucky I bought new ones. Yeah, they look the same. Wow, they're like they're significantly different in thickness. These little screws that hold the disc on, communist propaganda. Don't even look at them. They're fine without it. I have a slight issue. That's the pad that came out. This is the pad that I bought. They're slightly different size. So this one doesn't quite fit in this like space. But yeah, these are for the front that I bought, so whoops. Well, I have 4 sets of front pads now because they're on clearance, but I'll have to go to the shops and get some not front ones. What I'll do for now is I'm going to put these back in just so I can still drive the car like out of the hoist and out of the way, but looks like the pads are going to have to wait for another day. Yeah, so I think with that mistake I'm going to end this video there. The back's all fixed. I'll get some more pads during the week and might put up another video once I get the guard glued on and put the pads on. I'll do the front end stuff that I bought, but actually check it's the right stuff before I go changing it. There's a drift day on the 24th next month, I think it is. I'm going to be streaming it between YouTube and my Konosev Twitch account, so have a look on Twitch to follow it there. And I'll see everybody on the next video, I guess. Leave a comment and tell me I'm a dickhead for buying the wrong pads. Bye.